Hello New Zealand and people of the internet, welcome to musicstudios.co.nz. I'm your host Ralphie and we are with audio engineer Morgan. How's it going, man?
Good, it's good.
Bam!
Made it here.
Made it, finally. It's been a few months planning.
It has been, yeah.
Specifically because you guys have been renovating the place.
Yeah, we have been.
Yeah.
Yep.
Expanded from one studio to two.
Sort of. So we've had two studios operating here for a little while.
Oh, right.
But the setup was kind of it was an inherited setup, basically. So the way we were using the space was not the way it was designed for. So obviously this room we're in here now, this room's about 4 years old.
Okay.
Before then, the studio was just two rooms, which are over to our left, we've got the live room there.
Yeah.
And then we had the control room through there. But when this room was built, and this became the control room, we turned the old control room into a self-contained B studio, basically.
Right, okay.
But it wasn't really set up for that purpose. It had a weird vocal booth in the middle. So what we've done now is we've actually demoed that space and rebuilt it from scratch as a purpose-built sort of production studio and mixing studio and vocal booth. Yeah.
And we will get to see the goodies a bit later. But first of all, let's talk about the engineer, the person behind the control knobs.
Yeah.
The guy that you get usually, because there might be a few other engineers, but you specifically as well. The guy that you get when you book Depot Sound. Now, Depot Sound is in Devonport, Auckland. And I love this area. Like, it's right next to the water. It's like one of the most creative hubs in New Zealand. You've got art galleries, you've got, you know, the annual Devonport Arts Festival. I mean, it's just super cool. Yeah. Actually, tell us a little bit about the entranceway, because this is linked to an art gallery, isn't it?
Yeah, so so Depot Sound here, we're part of a bigger organisation called Depot Art Space.
Okay.
So we operate as a charitable trust.
Yeah.
And Depot Art Space has a few different arms to it. We've got the art gallery out front, which you have to walk through to come into here.
Yeah.
We've got a careers program, which works with professional development for young creatives.
Cool.
We've got the recording studio, and then we also work doing publications and things like that. So yeah, we're all part of one organisation basically.
That's
and
cool.
The studio sits within that.
How did you get your foot in the door?
Well, my family moved to Devonport when I was a kid. For my mum's work, and so I was around here a little bit. And when I was about 12 years old and I was playing bass in a band, we won the local intermediate school battle of the bands.
That's cool. Congrats.
And yeah, we're pretty good.
Rocking.
Pretty good. And the prize, one of the prizes for winning that competition was recording time.
That's cool.
And that was down here at the studio. So that was the first time I came in here. I was about 12 years old, and my band came in for maybe half a day and recorded some really terrible demos and probably chewed the engineer's ear off. So that was when I first found out there was a studio here, but it wasn't till we actually came back with the same band a year after that and did another session here. And I think that was when I started to I remember we did the recording and the rest of the band left, and the engineer said, well, you guys can stay around for the mixing if you want, or you can go. And I remember being keen to stay for the mixing, but the rest of the band went.
Right.
So I think
you had those natural interests. And
I think I was just curious. I just wanted to know what was going on.
Cool.
So I sat around with him.
Yeah. Got a bit of a mentor.
Yeah, well, it's quite funny because looking back on it now, it was actually quite questionable, because whilst he was letting me sit in on the mixing session, the whole time he was talking to me about all these crazy conspiracy theories. Like, he was one of these guys who...
conspiracy theories. Like what?
He didn't have a cell phone.
Right.
He only ate homegrown vegetables. 9/11 was an inside job. Tinfoil on... no shit.
Sounds like a likeable guy.
It was crazy. And at the time, I remember thinking, oh, shit, this is a bit intense. But looking back on it now, it seems a bit weird that this 35-year-old man was saying all this stuff to a 13-year-old kid. It was like just the two of us in a room, and I was looking up to him, and he was the engineer. Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't until I was maybe a little bit older that I looked back on that and was like, oh, that was a bit weird.
Did it expand your mind a little bit though?
No, I don't think that was an inside job.
Okay.
No, I don't. But that was my first experience here.
That's cool. That's cool. And I hear that you studied at SAE. Is that correct?
Yep.
Cool. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I did the diploma in audio engineering there in 2012. And then I went back there in 2015 and did the Bachelor's of Recording Arts.
Cool.
So I finished that end of 2016.
Cool.
Yeah. So I had kind of a little 2-year gap in the middle there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this from the future, it's 2019. So
It's
there's the
2019.
timeline.
Yeah.
2019 today. So yeah.
Yeah. So I
That's
remember being in high school in 2011 and not having a great time.
Yeah.
As a lot of people at that age often do. And I was getting into recording. I'd already been into recording at that point. Like I had a home studio.
Oh, cool.
I was already putting. I remember being in like the Rock Shop classifieds and stuff like that. And was it Gumtree? Was that a website people used to put?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was posting on those places saying free recording time if you want to do a demo and stuff like that. And I had a little home studio and people
And that's
were coming
kind of how you got your badges as such.
Yeah. So I started kind of doing that when I was about 16.
Yeah.
And having random strangers come into my house.
That's
into
super
my garage.
young.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like that at the time. It felt pretty natural.
Yeah.
I was just sick of recording my own music at that point. I wanted to keep recording. I wanted to produce, but I got a little bit worn out by having to write a song every time I wanted to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And so at that point I thought, no, I need to work. I need to work with other people. That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
So at that point I wasn't enjoying school. That was already going on. So I basically left school and then went and did the diploma in audio engineering.
Cool.
Yeah.
What other interests do you have other than audio engineering?
DJing.
Music? You like DJing as
Yeah,
well?
I DJ.
Yeah.
And I sort of make like house, techno sort of music.
Anything non-music related?
I skate a little bit.
Cool.
Badly.
Yeah. The next Tony Hawk?
No, not at all. I came to skateboarding quite late. Probably started when I was about 20. Which isn't that long ago, really. But that's been really fun. That's been nice to have something that does have quite a strong creative component to it, actually, once you get into it.
Yeah.
But is outside of the musical world, and I don't have any sort of ambitions or ego with it. It's just purely a fun thing.
Super fun. You know? And do you have a crew that films your skating?
No, they do not film me.
Yeah.
I have a crew, but I do not. I'm not
Fall
on
down
camera.
too many times?
Yeah, I haven't skated in a little while.
Yeah.
But, no, I just keep.
That's cool. So you're having a lot of fun here at Depot?
I am.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about what you've been working on recently.
What I've been working on this year has been very busy.
Yeah.
It's been really good. I've just finished mixing an EP for a band, the Back Chat, which has been really cool.
Yeah, cool. Becca.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just finished mixing her EP.
Yeah.
I've just done mixed another EP for George Edgar from Molly and the Chromatics.
Yeah.
Guitarist for them. He's just done a solo project. Been working on some of the new documentaries coming out from Vice New Zealand, going to Viceland.
Love Vice.
Yeah. So been doing this bit of post-production there. It's been fun.
Yeah.
And I did an album at the beginning of the year with the band Boom Boom Deluxe.
Yeah.
A really cool like rockabilly sort of band.
Yeah.
50s rock and roll and swing, but they write all original music.
Yeah.
And that was cool. We did 13 songs in about 7 days.
Yeah.
And that's coming out next week, I think, actually. That comes out.
Look out for that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been no shortage of songs this year so far.
Do you tend to get more songwriters coming in? You get full bands, bit of a mixture?
It's a bit of a mixture.
Yeah.
Songwriters tend to be more on the mixing side.
Yeah.
I do a lot of work with people who might produce at home and then come in here to do a vocal and a mix or kind of tidy things up.
So you get the stems and then you...
Yeah, or people just bring in the Logic session. Or, so, whereas the bands will come in from the get-go more so. And you'll spend more time with them, obviously. But I think we probably get slightly more band work because that seems to be where the market is, you know? Like, you know, the role of the studio is changing, it has been changing. And, you know, one thing that we can do really well here is lots of people playing at once. 5 people in the room.
Exactly.
All on headphones, separate headphone mixes.
Just kind of the classic Motown studio type.
Yeah.
All come in.
So that's something that we can provide that people can't do at home, you know?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Interesting man. Now, the camera, I'm going to ask about your tattoos because that's seriously sick. I've wanted tattoos for ages, right?
True. Well, these are
and
just a few.
That's music related. I don't know if we'll get B-roll or something.
Yeah, just a few.
Check it out. Just do that. If you can.
I don't know.
It's basically a mixing console.
Yeah,
and
a microphone,
That's
a little
awesome.
bass pickup.
Is that from a local tattoo artist? Or?
Well, no, I did those two myself.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and that my friend Tessa did.
You know, if I was going to get a tattoo, and I've been kind of like umming and ahhing, is, you know, the dog with the speakerphone vinyl thing? I think it's like one of the first vinyl records. They tested it by getting a dog to woof it.
Not ringing any bells.
Anyways,
Sorry.
if yeah, that's a cool tattoo.
Yeah, no, just little stick and pokes.
Yeah.
So I'd give it a go, try it out, see what it was about.
Cool. Tell us a little bit. What's the most interesting thing about you that we don't know? Because
An interesting thing about me that you don't know.
that we don't know. So we know you're not a 2011 pro skater.
Yeah, no, I'm
Olympics,
not.
but
no.
what's one
What's a random fact about me?
random fact? Yeah. That is a hard question.
It is
to kinda
because, like,
answer
where
in
do you,
3 seconds?
especially when you're on camera.
I'll
and you're in the middle of an interview.
ask a different question.
Okay.
Most interesting place that you've been to?
Most interesting place that I've been to, probably my family. We have a little batch that we go and stay at quite regularly on Rangitoto Island,
Yeah.
right on the
Cool.
back, facing Motutapu, Gardeners Gap there.
Nice.
So that's kind of our family sort of summer getaway there.
Yeah.
That's quite special. It's nice going there because there's not many batches there and access to them is quite limited. So, you know, it's quite a privilege to actually be able to go there and stay and spend time on the island, and yeah.
Yeah, cool. There you go. We got to know a little bit about Morgan, who's the engineer here at Depot. Sorry if I asked any random
No, it's okay.
hard questions.
I'm up for it.
I've noticed from previous episodes I've been asking kind of similar questions, so I'm kind of testing
Yeah.
the odd question here and there.
Yeah, no, go for it.
I'm going to ask you one more.
Okay.
If you were any Pokemon, which one would you be?
Ooh, I did play Pokemon Gold a lot as a kid. Probably Scyther. Scyther, I think, was my favorite Pokemon.
And reason for that?
I don't know, he was just badass. He was just cool. He was one of the only bug Pokemon that was actually like kick-ass, you know? It wasn't like this little sort of tiny thing. Or,
Cool. Nice.
So,
Anyways, if you want to book a badass engineer, he's here. This is Morgan. And yeah, Depot Sound. This is the first part of this episode. And we're going to go tour the new renovated Depot Sound. It's going to be awesome. I still haven't seen Studio 2, but we're going to do it as a surprise, really.
all right.
It should be fun. Cool. Stick around. Stay cool and stay creative. Hit the like button if you've liked this. And make sure to check out more episodes at musicstudios.co.nz. Check out Depot Sound here in the heart of Devonport. Cool. See you later. Oh wait, before you do, I'm just going to turn off my phone. Everyone's phone. 1 second.
I'll leave this in.
Don't leave this in. You always make me look bad. Welcome, guys. Welcome.